In this step, we're going to automate our classifications. If you scroll all the way to the top, you'll notice the classification column here. This is where you can classify your transactions. But of course, you don't want to manually classify your transactions, especially if you have thousands of them. So that's why we leverage classification automations here. There's many different criteria options you can use to tell the system what to look for in order to classify automatically transactions. You can run an automation based on the transaction tag. So transaction tags are completely automated anyway, so you might as well use the tags while you can for your automation rules. You can automate classifications based on destination, wallet address, origin wallet address, address book contact, method ID, executed contract. So many different criteria you can tell the system to look for in order to capture a pattern and auto-classify those patterns. Let's go ahead and create one for an example. Let's go to More Options in the sidebar menu and then go to Automations. In this case, I want to automate the classification of transaction fees or network fees. So let's go ahead and click on the blue top right button, Classification Automation. You can decide whether to automate the classification based on the entity you're in, the workspace, or make it connection specific, so one or more connections apply the rule in particular. I'm going to choose entity, and I'm going to name my automation rule, so transaction / gas fees. Now I can select my criteria. There are many different criteria options like I mentioned before. Because transaction tags are completely automated, I can fully leverage simply just one criteria. So transaction tag, there are a ton of automated tags. I'm going to look for fees, as you saw earlier. So network fees are automatically tagged on Cryptoworth regardless of the blockchain that you're connecting. If you did want to refine your automation rule with the secondary condition, you can do that here. I don't need to do that for network fees, so I'm going to X out of this. And now I'm going to update the classification that I'm going to automate here. So select classification, and then I'm going to look for crypto fees. So that should be somewhere here in my accounts. So let's go to crypto fees. And you do have, by the way, the ability to automate labels if you wanted to on top of classifications. I'm ready to automate this classification, so I'll click on next, make sure it's correct. Transaction tag is fees, classify as crypto fees, confirm. Now you have the ability to run this rule by clicking the drop down and then run, or if you simply sync your wallet, what will happen is it'll sync for the latest transactions balances and apply any automation rules that you have. So this is going to be a very effective way, easy, simple way of applying your automation rules simply by updating your sync status of your connections. So let's go ahead and run the rule by syncing the connection. It's syncing here. Let's go through transactions. If you do not see the rule running right away, don't worry. You can go to the drop down here and click on refresh. So once my sync operation is done, the rule should appear. It's probably not going to appear yet because the wallet is not done syncing. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and run the rule because I don't want to wait for the wallet to finish syncing. I'll go back to automations, click on the drop down run, rule applied successfully, go back to transactions. Let's check here, and there we go, crypto fees. Now, every single time a network fee or gas fee transaction appears in my ledger, it'll automatically be classified for me.